Caitlin Clark has just made a shocking announcement that has left the basketball world speechless. But before we dive into the details, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any updates. In an unexpected twist, Caitlin Clark has revealed that she's taking a break from basketball until April. Yes, you heard that right. After an intense WNBA season where she shattered records, played nearly 3,000 minutes, and left fans in awe, Clark is stepping away from the game for over 200 days.
Basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast. I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back.
There's no place for it, and we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it.
Fans are left wondering, what does this mean for women's basketball? With Caitlin's absence, the landscape of the WNBA will undoubtedly change. And to add more fuel to the fire, Alyssa Thomas recently opened up about the relentless online abuse from some Clark fans, which has sparked another heated discussion. Stay tuned as we break down Caitlin's decision, the impact it will have on the league, and what the future holds for women's sports. Trust us, you don't want to miss this.
Allow me to publicly thank the Indiana Fever for putting up such a great fight tonight and for battling back again and again and again all season long. Let me thank Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell and all the rest for refusing to say die, refusing to lose, fighting back again and again and again, and playing at a much higher level than they should be at this stage and age. Was I ever entertained?
During Caitlin Clark's last game, something wild happened. She got tackled to the ground. Now, you'd think that would result in a foul, right? Nope, not in this case. Somehow the referees didn't see it that way, leaving fans scratching their heads and asking, how in the world was that not a foul?
This group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again, so.
Alyssa Thomas wasn't exactly in a celebratory mood after the game, despite her team's win. She was frustrated mostly because of how the fans, especially Indiana Fever fans, treated her during the game. The twist? When she got tackled by Angel Reese a while back, she didn't say much. But now that it's Caitlin Clark involved, the story seems to be a little different, and Alyssa's got a lot to say.
We don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And, we come to play basketball for our job and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
Caitlin Clark's decision to take a well-deserved break after her breakout WNBA season is turning some heads. With over 200 days of rest ahead, fans and experts are buzzing about how her absence might affect not only her team, the Indiana Fever, but the entire WNBA. She had an incredible season filled with highlights, and the Fever's playoff run was cut shorter than expected. By choosing rest over playing overseas or jumping into 3v3 basketball, Caitlin is making it clear she's thinking long-term about her career. But what does this mean for WNBA viewership and women's sports in general? Let's not forget she played 81 games in just 324 days, racking up a massive 2,150 minutes on the floor. If anyone deserves a break, it's Caitlin.
Now has 761 points, breaking the record once held by Simone Augustus. However, there is a caveat. Augustus set the mark back in 2006 when the WNBA regular season was just 34 games. Clark broke the record in 39 games.
Let's talk about her last game. It wasn't just any game. It was a playoff match where the stakes couldn't have been higher. The Fever were up against the powerful Connecticut Sun, and Caitlin showed exactly why she's one of the WNBA's most talked about players. She scored 25 points and dropped 9 assists, like it was just another day at the office. But for those watching closely, it was clear she could have had even more assists. Over and over, she set up her teammates with perfect passes, only to see them miss easy shots. Talk about frustrating. She did all the hard work, but the ball just wouldn't go in.
How I would grade myself, I'm a tough grader. I feel like I had a solid year, but for me, the fun part is like I feel like I'm just scratching the surface, and I'm one that's nitpicking every single thing I do. And I know I want to, help this franchise get even better, help my teammates get even better, be better for my teammates. And I know there's a lot of room for me to continue to improve. So that's what excites me the most. I feel like I can continue to get a lot better, and before we know it, I'm sure we'll all be back here and ready for the next year.
It wasn't just Caitlin under pressure, though. The Fever, a team that had its share of struggles this season, were facing a Connecticut Sun squad with playoff experience. Still, Caitlin didn't back down. From the opening tip, she attacked the basket, confidently took her shots, and did everything in her power to give her team a shot at winning. She wasn't going down without a fight.
Got a lot of players, a lot of these wonderful ladies who bust their tails to make the WNBA what it was. Here's the reality. It wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is, very few people gave a damn.
Sure, the Fever didn't come out on top, but Caitlin's season was nothing short of spectacular. She cemented herself as one of the most exciting and skilled players in the league. Opposing teams spent entire practices just figuring out how to stop her, but Caitlin kept delivering. Whether it was scoring, setting up her teammates, or simply being the heartbeat of the Fever, she proved she's the real deal.
It was a lot of fun watching Caitlin Clark's rookie season, which is now over. The Indiana Fever knocked out of the postseason by the Connecticut Sun in a 2-game sweep. And so we got to see the carryover from Iowa transition to the pro game, her ability to help develop a team's cohesion and chemistry. And we saw that work so well as the season went on. Clearly brought like a magnet, phenomenal attention to the league, bringing new fans, a committed fan base, not just in her home arena, but bringing fans to away arenas and packing the houses and increasing different venues from smaller to larger.
One of the most jaw-dropping parts of Caitlin's game is her ability to hit three-pointers from what feels like another zip code. Defenders have to guard her tightly even when she's way beyond the arc, which opens up lanes for her to drive to the basket. And don't forget her playmaking skills. She's not just a scorer. Caitlin is always looking to get her teammates involved, and her 9 assists in her last game were proof of that. Honestly, she could have had even more assists if her teammates were just a little more dialed in. After grinding through such an intense season, Caitlin's decision to take some time off isn't surprising. Many WNBA players head overseas during the offseason to stay in shape and boost their income. But Caitlin, she's chosen to rest. And after playing 81 games, who can blame her? The WNBA season is no joke, especially for a player like Caitlin, who carries so much of the load for her team.
Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen. Okay.
Not only is Caitlin skipping overseas play, but she's also decided not to participate in the increasingly popular 3v3 basketball. While that fast-paced version of the game is fun and keeps players sharp, Caitlin knew she needed more than just a break from full-court basketball. She needed a full-on rest, one that would allow her to recharge mentally and physically. It's a smart, mature decision for someone her age. She's thinking ahead, making sure she'll be ready for next season instead of pushing herself too hard.
Like, she's 3rd or 4th in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name.
One thing that frustrated Caitlin throughout the season was the lack of calls from the referees. Whether she was driving to the basket or getting bumped on the outside, she often found herself on the wrong end of no calls. As one of the top players in the league, she probably expected more respect from the officials. After all, the stars usually get the benefit of the doubt, right?
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the 3 and then I went and hit the backboard. And he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So I don't know, it reminded me of the technical that I got in college where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration. Had nothing to do with my team, had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with other team. It was just because I'm a competitor and I felt like I should have been making more shots. So But I think he fired me up to continue to play a lot harder. I thought we got a lot better after he did that. So I want to thank him for that.
During her final game against the Connecticut Sun, this issue popped up again. Caitlin was fouled hard multiple times while attacking the basket, but the referees kept their whistles silent. Fans, coaches, and analysts alike have noticed this trend, and it's becoming a topic of conversation. For a rising star like Caitlin, it's puzzling why the officials aren't giving her the same treatment other top players receive. Something's gotta give. As if dealing with tough officiating wasn't enough, Caitlin also had to face a heckling fan during her final game. The fan was determined to get under her skin, throwing shade and trying to distract her. Caitlin, being the pro that she is, ignored it for most of the game. But as the taunts kept coming, even Caitlin couldn't help but get a little frustrated. I mean, there's only so much a person can take, right?
Indiana is fouled in the foul call. Time out on the floor.
Caitlin Clark, typically known for her cool-headedness, had a rare moment of frustration when she pointed out an unruly fan to the arena staff. In no time, the fan was escorted out, showing that even Clark, usually calm under pressure, can hit her breaking point. Let's be honest though, who wouldn't lose their patience with a rowdy fan? This incident was a brief glimpse into the reality that even top-tier athletes are human. But now with Clark officially out of the playoffs, the entire WNBA postseason has taken a sharp turn. One player who might be breathing a little easier is Angel Reese. Need to take care of themselves, physically and mentally. And while fans will definitely miss her on the court, when she returns, you can bet she'll be more fired up and ready to take over than ever before. After all, absence makes the heart grow fonder and probably makes those three-pointers even sharper. That's a wrap on today's breaking news about Caitlin Clark's shocking announcement. What do you think of her decision to take a break? How will it impact the WNBA? And who do you think will step up in her absence? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on the latest updates from the world of basketball. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.